and this was $2. Cole was actually in the emergency room. I've never been this sick, y'all. We finally caught COVID. I decided to book our family vacation for this summer. This is not a good outfit. Kind of like jump on. Oh no! Hey guys, hello. Welcome back to another vlog. I just filmed this whole, well, not like the whole thing, but this little like intro sit down situation. I don't know if I still do, and I apologize if you can see any of it, but I just put a little bit of mascara on, and I don't know what I just did, but apparently I touched my eye before it was dry, and I literally, you can probably still tell, I literally had it like all over like my whole face, like all over this side of my face. So I'm starting over. Hopefully you can't tell. I don't have any other makeup on, so it's not like I look particularly good anyway, but I didn't want to have mascara streaked all over my face for this clip. But anyway, good morning. It is Saturday morning. It's literally the most gorgeous Saturday. We just went and had ourselves a little morning, which I vlogged a little bit of, so I will show you all that. But it's like so sunny and so nice. It's like, I wish it was a little bit warmer. It's like high 60s, so like you still kind of need to like layer a bit, but so just like mild and pretty. It's not like windy or anything. So sunny. It's just like a gorgeous morning. So we had a little family morning. I will insert some footage of it, but we went to a little coffee shop, got some coffee, and then we went to a little book sale. So I will show you all a little haul, and then I also have a little update kind of based on how I sound. So yeah, didn't capture a ton of footage while we were out, but we had just like a really chill, really fun morning. I feel like that's kind of like my ideal morning, like going to a coffee shop and then going to shop for used books. Like that just sounds like the perfect leisurely like spring morning with my family. It was so much fun. So yeah, we went to this little library book sale, which I mean, I've been to some of those obviously in my life, and I feel like a lot of times they're used books obviously, or even like used library books that they're getting rid of. But no, these were like brand new books. I mean, one of them looks like it might be used, but honestly all these books look brand new, and the selection was crazy. Like they had a ton of book of the month books, and everything was like relevant books that like you like would have heard of, like newer books that have recently come out, and books and authors that are relevant and really good quality. Like I said, almost everything looked brand new. Prices were really, really great. They weren't like really beat up. None of them were library books. Like they didn't have the lamination or the stickers or anything like that. They kept having like more boxes of books, so they kept like replenishing the shelves, and just great authors, a ton of books I had already read, a ton of books that like I wanted to get, but I was trying to like limit myself. And yeah, the selection was incredible. People were walking out of there with like gigantic piles. Someone had clearly snagged like the whole Bridgerton series. It was incredible. We got some really good stuff, so I figured I would show y'all. The first one that I grabbed, I actually have already read this book, but I really liked it, and I was actually like just on Amazon the other day, and I was about to repurchase it just to kind of like have. I never read books for a second time, but I feel like this is one of the books I might want to do that with. And I didn't buy it on Amazon, which I'm glad I didn't, because I would have paid not like, you know, full price, but I would have paid, I don't know, $8 to $10, whatever it was, and this was $2 at the sale. And this is like the only one that looks like it's been read. Like it kind of has a couple creases in the spine. It's literally in perfect condition, and it was $2. And then I've always had this one on my like want to read list on Goodreads, and this one was right next to it, and this one was also $2. And again, this one looks brand new. Like there's literally no creasing. I love paperbacks personally more than hardcovers, and pretty much all the paperbacks were like $2, which was crazy. I was so excited to stumble upon this, as I almost didn't even get. I saw it right as I was leaving. This is by Judy Blume, In the Unlikely Event. I obviously read her little like chapter books in like grammar school and middle school, but apparently she's written a couple of adult novels. So I don't know if she's any good like now. Obviously I really liked her books as kind of like a kid, but this is set in Elizabeth, New Jersey, which I grew up in New Jersey. I went to Rutgers, which is kind of down by Elizabeth. So the fact that this is set somewhere that I kind of lived, and it's, you know, local to where I grew up, and it's a Judy Blume but like adult version book, I'm very excited to just like give it a try and see what I think of it. So that was a really good find. And then I got a couple, like I said, they had a ton of book of the month books. I could have gone crazy with book of the month books. They had so many, and again, they all look brand new. They all have the dust covers and everything. I got We Are the Brennans, which I thought this was kind of cute. I'm like super Irish, so this is clearly a very Irish book, but also with St. Patrick's Day approaching, I thought this could be kind of a cute like holiday sort of like seasonal book. It's about like an Irish Catholic family, which is how I grew up. So I just thought this would be fun to read. I've definitely heard of it. I don't like know the whole, like I don't know exactly what it's about, but I've definitely heard of it. And I feel like generally book of the month books you can rely on. Like if book of the month is promoting it as one of their books, it's gonna be like a decent story. But I feel like I'll be reading that for kind of like a St. Patrick's Day sort of thing. And then speaking of like holiday books, I always every year read at least one just like Christmas book, just to like in the holiday season, like November, December, just to kind of get in the Christmas spirit. So I saw this one. I don't have one for next year, and not that I like purposely buy them in advance, but I thought this one would be the perfect book to put away to read for next Christmas season. I don't even know what it's about. If you don't know, if you've never seen my book hauls before, I typically don't like to know too much what my books are about. I typically buy them just based on the author or people's recommendations or just like the general genre. I don't like to like know the story too far in advance. So this will be my Christmas read for this year. At the end of the year, this one was $3, and I forgot to say, I think this one was $4. And then this I kind of got on a whim. This was $5, and it's the Home Edit book, which this is literally like brand spanking new. Like it looks like I just picked this up from Target. It literally doesn't even look like it's been opened. But we love this show. My husband and I watch this show all the time, and it has just some really cool, like interesting, obviously different like categories and suggestions on organizing things, tons of pictures, and obviously tips and tricks and stuff like that. So I thought this would be cool to have, and I like looked it up on Target, and it's on Target for like $15, and it was obviously on sale there for $5. So I figured this could be something cool to just kind of browse through or get kind of like organization ideas and stuff, which I'm always needing. And then last but not least, I just picked up, they had a ton of kids books. I think it would be cute to bring Cole to one of these when he's like old enough to like pick out books. They had a ton of kids books, so this one looked really cute. It was only $1, and I just read it to him before his nap. He's sleeping right now, and it's actually a really, really cute story. So yeah, I got a nice stack of books for really good prices, and honestly I feel like I could have spent all day there because they kept, like I said, bringing out new boxes of books and replenishing the shelves as the shelves kind of got like picked through and people were purchasing stuff. So I feel like you could have like stalked the situation and just kept like looking and getting more stuff and having more options, because they had so much good stuff, and I feel like every box they brought out was equally as good. I kind of expected it to be more like book sales I've been to before, where it's just like boxes of books and the boxes are like priced and what's there is what's there. They're not typically so organized. Had a really great selection, very relevant, not like super like beat up like used books, like good quality books. And again, they didn't even seem used at all. So this was definitely like a level up in terms of a like library book sale than I'm used to, but I'm super excited. I would love to continue going to these as much as possible. Anyway, that's our little morning and our little book haul. However, as you can probably tell by my voice, I feel like this is how my voice sounds when I wake up typically, but it's 11 o'clock in the morning. We are all very sick, and Cole was actually in the emergency room. Today's Saturday. I think it was Tuesday morning. He went to the emergency room, which was obviously a very scary situation. I put all this stuff on my Instagram, and everyone was just so sweet and praying for us and wishing us well and caring about Cole and checking on him, and it was so sweet. But yeah, he had like a normal cold, well, what I thought was a normal cold, which it was his first time ever having a cold. He's literally never had like a sniffly nose, like really anything like that, at least not to like this degree where it seemed to really be affecting him. And he was just so sleepy. He took like 3 naps the first day, which was just nuts. Like he was just constantly tired. I think he was only up for like 2.5 hours at a time, and he was just sleeping for like 2 hours and then being up for 2 hours and sleeping for 2 hours. Poor guy. And then the next morning, after that kind of more intense day, he woke up at like 2:30, and he was like standing, and like he wasn't just awake, like he was awake, and I didn't like how he sounded. Like he sounded like he was wheezing, not just like crying or calling for us, but he just didn't sound good. And I went into the room and I was trying to like comfort him, but then I didn't like how his breathing sounded at all. And when I like unzipped his pajamas, the way his chest was retracting. It wasn't like super intense where you could like see every like rib cage and stuff like that, or every rib bone, but his chest was retracting a lot more than I've ever seen and a lot more than I was comfortable with. And I knew the day before it wasn't doing that, like he wasn't breathing like that previously. So I got really worried, and we didn't really know what to do. And I was like, we got to take him somewhere. Like, it's the middle of the night. I'm not comfortable putting him back to sleep like this. He's clearly struggling to breathe. He was being very like calm. Like, he wasn't fussing, he wasn't yelling. He was literally like just chilling in my arms, which is also almost a little bit more concerning, that he wasn't like more worked up. Like, he was clearly in like labored breathing and clearly distressed in the way he was breathing, but he wasn't like freaked out about it or like really upset or in pain or anything. So I don't know, it was just a weird combination of things. And Ken was a little hesitant, but we decided to make the call to bring him to the emergency room. We went to a pediatric emergency room, which was really great. And it was like 3 in the morning. There was not a soul there, which was great. Well, there was technically someone back in like one of the little triage rooms, but there was nobody in the waiting room. So we got in really quickly. They basically determined he had croup, which I didn't really even know like what that was before we went, but it's an upper respiratory thing. Obviously his airway was just really restricted. So they gave him a nebulizer, which, since it was like a pediatric emergency room, it had like a cute, I'll put a picture on the screen. It was like a little dinosaur nebulizer, so it was kind of cute. And they gave him steroids, and we had to stay there for a couple of hours. He kind of slept on and off, like watched some TV. Ken actually ended up coming home and like getting stuff for us because we didn't know we were going to be kind of like under observation for as long as we were. So we were there for a while, and he seemed to improve while we were there. And obviously steroids are kind of like a long game sort of medication. Like, they kind of keep working over time. Thankfully, it was a pretty quick, painless emergency room visit. Obviously, we were like freaked out because we've never had to go to an emergency room with a kid before. You know, Cole's our first kid. We've never even had him really have any kind of serious breathing, respiratory, like cold, anything like that before. So I was very freaked out, obviously hoping it's not RSV or anything like super serious. It wasn't like terrible. Like, he was doing fine. And thankfully, like, the doctor kind of reassured us. He's like, yeah, I would have brought my kid in the same circumstances. Like, so we didn't want to be those parents that just bring your kid to the ER anytime you're freaked out or worried. And obviously it was the first time we ever had to do it. He is 16 months old. So it's not like it's, you know, we just did it the first time it ever happened, but it was very reassuring to know that the doctor like agreed with the decision we made. And now for the future, if we ever have this kind of situation, we'll at least kind of have a framework of what it could be and how serious it is and what kind of treatment he needs. It was definitely good that we did that. He again slept like for hours and hours. I think he slept a cumulative like 5 or 6 hours after we got home, like on and off. He took like, again, like 3 or 4 naps. Obviously he woke up at 2:30 in the morning. So it was a very weird day for all of us. We were all exhausted. But then throughout that day, I started feeling like really sick, and I was like, am I just tired from literally only sleeping like 3 hours, 4 hours before I got woken up? Or, well, I guess it was, yeah, close to like 4 hours. Or like, am I just tired? Am I getting what he has? Like, what's going on? So I started feeling really crappy the rest of that day. Ken had kind of felt a little bit crappy, like a little bit before Cole had, like a couple days leading up to when Cole got sick. So that's why I kind of just thought we were all having a little bit of a cold like situation going around the family. And then I just started feeling progressively worse that day. And then the next day, I was down for the count. I've never been this sick, y'all, ever. Like, I could not get out of bed. I could not like function at all. I was so tired. I felt just like I've never felt this run down and sick and just inoperable like ever. And obviously moms like don't get days off, like especially when you're a stay-at-home mom. I needed to take care of him, and he still wasn't feeling great. He was definitely better. His breathing basically went back to normal by like the next day, or even that night. Honestly, I feel like his breathing went back to normal. So he was getting a lot better, still coughing, but like getting better. And I was sick for like really sick that second day, and then started feeling better, but like still felt crappy. So yesterday I finally decided to take a COVID test. It didn't even occur to me that it could be COVID because Cole just had an upper respiratory whatever, so I assumed I had the same thing. Like, I was achy and coughing a lot, and I was coughing up a lot of phlegm, and I have definitely some like sinus pressure, like especially behind my eyes, and my voice doesn't sound great. But I feel like these are just kind of standard like sinus, cold, like respiratory issues. But I finally decided to take a COVID test when I couldn't taste anything, and it was like a day before yesterday that I really like stopped being able to taste anything, which again didn't concern me that much at first, because typically when you get a cold, or at least when I get a cold or a sinus infection, I typically lose taste for like a day or two, which is obviously normal. But typically like you get little windows where you can taste, or it starts getting better, and it hasn't. So Ken was finally like, you need to take a COVID test, and it was positive, like instantly positive, like very, very dark positive line. So then Ken took one and his was a much fainter line. But yeah, I guess we both have COVID, or probably all three of us. They didn't test Cole for that in the hospital or anything, but we're kind of assuming he has it. If the two of us have it, like I don't know how he would not get it, or you know, I don't know how any of us would avoid it if one of us has it. So yeah, we finally caught COVID, which we've never had it before, at least to our knowledge, which is crazy that we've gone so long without it. We're both vaccinated and everything like that. So, I mean, I'm thankful that it was fairly mild. I mean, I think it was mild in the sense of like I didn't have to go to the hospital or anything, but it was like I felt very, very sick for 24 to 48 hours, and I'm still not over it. I'm still coughing a ton. My voice is still not back. I still cannot smell or taste anything, which is extremely frustrating. Literally, like life is not fun when you can't enjoy food. Like I literally don't even know what to eat. I don't even feel like eating because I know that I'm not gonna be able to enjoy it. So it's very strange and like a weird experience, but now it explains why I was so sick and why I've been sick for so long. Like usually when I get sick, it's like a day or two. This is day like 4 or 5 and I've never had that. So it definitely makes a lot more sense. It explains things, and I am glad that we took the COVID test, so at least we can know to be careful. When we were out this morning, we wore masks and we were mostly outside and stuff like that, so we were still safe. But yeah, apparently we had COVID. It might be like we might be kind of getting over it at this point, but I don't know. I feel like we had a combination of things, because if Cole had a croup, which is like an upper respiratory issue, I don't know if he had that plus COVID, or if it was COVID but maybe they thought it was croup, or if it was both. And like same for me, I don't know if I have an upper respiratory like sinus thing too plus COVID, or if it's just COVID, and COVID can obviously have a variety of symptoms and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know how we got it. We were at the, I vlogged it last weekend, we were at the Children's Museum. I don't know if we got it there. We haven't come in contact with anyone, at least that we know of, that has it, and we haven't been around like friends or family since we caught it. So I don't know how we got it. We've avoided it for a very long time, but I'm thankful that it was, you know, as mild as it was. We're all kind of still a little bit under the weather. I'm still waiting for my voice and my smell and my taste to come back. It's honestly kind of one of the most annoying things about the whole experience. Yeah, that is an update on just what we've done today, but also kind of the last like week, basically what we have gone through. I haven't vlogged since Cole went to the emergency room, and then we all got sick and then realized it was COVID, but it was also croup, and it was a whole entire thing. So here we are, it's finally the weekend. We're hoping that we are gonna be like good to go, you know, soon for the rest of the week. We plan on seeing Ken's parents like next weekend and stuff like that, or like a week from tomorrow, so obviously we should all be good by then. Also, another little exciting update, I kind of posted on Instagram just like once or twice, but Cole, when he was having one of his like giant 3-hour naps, I had a lot of time on my hands. I decided to book our family vacation for this summer, which we've never taken Cole. We've taken a lot of trips with him, just driving trips to Airbnbs and stuff like that. We've probably been on, I don't know, 5 or 6 trips with him at this point. We've never taken him on a flight before, so we wanted to make sure we did that this summer. I think we're actually gonna probably do it twice, just to kind of rip the band-aid off. And we also just like are kind of itching to go somewhere that's not just a road trip or within a couple hours of where we live. So we booked a trip to New Orleans, Louisiana for this summer, which I'm so excited about. We were kind of trying to look for places that were, you know, a very short plane ride. So from Charlotte, it's only like a 2-hour flight. So it'll be a very short flight, which I think will be good for us to kind of just like dip our toes in, get our feet wet, and see what it's like flying with a toddler. But neither of us have ever been to New Orleans, so I feel like it's definitely somewhere, if you haven't been, like it's definitely worth checking out. And we're gonna go in May, so hopefully it won't be like too hot or anything yet. Obviously we live in the South, so like we're already used to hot summers, but hopefully it's not gonna be too hot. I just did a ton of research, and it just seems like there's a lot of fun stuff to see and do. Of course, a lot of good food, which is one of the main reasons we go anywhere, we go on vacations. I'm excited. The Airbnb we got has like a pack and play and a high chair and everything, and then the rental car place has a like car seat that you can rent, so we won't have to bring a ton of stuff. I feel like we can pack fairly normal, and we don't have to bring a lot of kid stuff with us, because we'll be able to, you know, use and rent what is there, which is gonna be really nice. So during one of his big naps, I booked flights, Airbnb, airport parking, rental car, like I just did all the things. I had already done a ton of research on places to eat and things to do and stuff like that. So basically all that's left is like make the itinerary and stuff, but we're very excited for our first kind of like bigger, farther like plane trip and stuff with Cole, which will be really fun. And then I think we're also going to be going up to New Jersey, back home where I'm from, to visit family, and my girlfriend's having a baby next month. and stuff like that. So I think we're gonna do that in July. We'll also probably fly. We usually always drive to New Jersey, but I don't think that we're interested in taking like an 8-hour drive. Probably be like 9 or 10 hours with Cole. I don't think any of us want to be in the car for that long. So I think we're gonna probably fly to New Jersey in July. That will be like a second little vacation and a second flight. So hopefully that's also only like an 1.5-hour flight. So it's gonna be very short, but we're very excited for some big summer plans. So yeah, I know this was very chatty. I've been sitting here for a little while, but I kind of just wanted to give you guys a little update on our day so far and what's been going on with us and some exciting plans that we have coming up. Obviously, I'll be vlogging all summer long, all of our trips and stuff. I don't really know what else is gonna be in this vlog. I didn't even necessarily plan on vlogging today, but then I realized we were going out doing some fun stuff and I had some things to update y'all on, so I figured I would sit down and maybe I'll keep vlogging throughout this weekend or over the next week, just whatever we get into. I have so many fun recipes. I literally have the crock pot and a bunch of ingredients out. I have so many fun recipes. I was so excited to make for, sorry, the lighting keeps changing. I feel like with the window behind me, my camera can like not figure it out. But I have so many fun recipes I've been excited to try that I've like literally been making them over the last couple of days, and I have 2 that I'm really excited about that I'm not gonna be able to taste or enjoy. So I'm really, like, really sad to be making all this fun stuff that I'm just gonna eat and not know how it tastes or what it's like or how good it is. That's a little bit frustrating. So yeah, we are just, we're going through it over here, but we're doing just fine. So anyway, I'm gonna go get some stuff done during the rest of this nap and we will catch up later. The one good thing I will say about not being able to taste, or really I didn't have much of an appetite for a couple days either, is I've lost a couple pounds in the last few days or like the last week from just not wanting to eat anything because I either just wasn't hungry or just couldn't look forward to it. So I guess there's a little bit of an upside. And Coley is basically good as new. I don't know if I said that, but he is doing great, feels great. He's honestly just coughing still. Like, not a ton, but a little bit. But he's like sleeping great and in good spirits pretty much all the time. So I feel like that's honestly the main thing. Like, I just wanted Cole to feel better. I was like, it was hard for me when I was sick to like parent, to like be functional, but he felt better almost immediately after the whole emergency room situation, which I was really thankful for. Oh, but the thing I posted on Instagram, because I almost feel bad enjoying this, but the first day before we knew he was like super sick, he was just so cuddly and he did not want to be put down like the entire day. Like, he literally didn't touch his toys. His toy like area stayed set up like this the entire day. He didn't want to be put down. He either wanted to just be held or he wanted to like sit on the couch and just like be cuddled up with and watch movies or whatever. Like, he didn't want to play at all, no matter what. And it's sad, obviously, because he didn't feel good. But part of me, like, a little bit was just like soaking it in because he's not like the cuddliest kid of all time. So the fact that he just wanted to be held and sit on the couch and cuddle and didn't want to be anywhere but like in my arms, as like, I feel bad that I enjoyed it because obviously it was because he was not feeling well, but I just literally was like so happy the whole day that he just either wanted to nap or be held. Like, in the morning, I can insert a video here in a second. In the morning when I got him out of his crib, all he wanted to do was lay on me and he just said, mama, mama, mom, and he just wanted to be held and like cuddled and rocked, and he was just so cuddly and sweet, and it was just the cutest thing ever. Baby. Mama. Hi, sweetie. Mama. Mama. Yeah. Mama. Hi, baby. So I feel bad, but I like really enjoyed when he was sick just because I got to just like have him all on me all day long. Like, he was just all over me and it was honestly the best. Okay, this is so annoying because I literally meant to film me putting this together, but it's looking pretty good. I don't know if it smells good, obviously, but basically this is just this like a Parmesan wing sauce. I know like Buffalo Wild Wings makes a version of this. I can link the recipe down below, but it's basically this with some half and half, some cream cheese, some cream of chicken soup, and then some potatoes, onions, and like some shredded cheese. And then you kind of just like nestle the chicken all up in there. I use scallions instead of onions because they wanted sweet onions, which I don't have, so I just did scallions. But you basically just nestle the chicken in that sauce. It's gonna just slow cook in there, and then I'm gonna like shred it up and kind of like mix it into the sauce. And then you actually make pasta and put the pasta in with it, which I thought was kind of interesting. I feel like you don't see a lot of dishes with pasta and potatoes like together, like double carbs, but I'm all about the carb life. And I'm all about cream cheese. We love anything with cream cheese in this house. So I'm actually really excited. I think it's gonna be, again, not that I'm gonna be able to tell you, but I think it's gonna be good. I'll obviously have Ken do the taste testing, but that recipe just like sounded so good when I saw it online, and that's why I'm so bummed that I'm not even gonna be able to try it. Ken is like getting such a kick out of this. He thinks it's hilarious that I can't taste anything, which is so mean because obviously it's not funny. It's so sad. Anyway, we are about to head out. There's kind of like this little like festival we're gonna go to, and I don't know really what to expect. It's gonna have like, you know, vendors and like food and stuff like that. Again, I can't enjoy any of it, so I don't know how fun it's gonna be, but it's just like such a nice day that we wanna just do all the outdoor things. But I did wanna mention, and honestly the reason why I'm not wearing any makeup is, I'm sure, well, I'm not sure, but if y'all watch like my Instagram or the vlogs or anything, I almost always have makeup on. Like for the most part, I genuinely enjoy putting makeup on. Like I like the process of applying makeup and doing like a little bit of eyeshadow, and I have a lot of like makeup products. I just enjoy makeup, so I like using different products, and I just enjoy getting ready. I love doing my hair, all the things. I'm just very girly that way, and so for that reason I typically just put makeup on every day, whether it's before Cole wakes up or after or whatever, before my workout, after my workout, whatever. I just like wearing makeup, not only because I enjoy, like I said, the process of putting makeup on, but I obviously like how I look with makeup, and I think most people probably prefer how they look with makeup, and it just kind of like sets me up for the day. You know, I feel confident if I'm filming, if we're going out and about, I just have my face on and I'm good to go. But I feel like my skin, this started probably, and y'all have probably noticed, I have like a little section right here, literally like extremely, babe, what's that word when things are like even? Symmetrical. That's what I was gonna say. They're like extremely symmetrical. Like they're literally in the same place on both cheeks. And I usually don't like break out in my cheek. I mean, I went years. I mean, I had adult acne, and then like right when I got pregnant with Cole, so, you know, 2.5 years ago, I like stopped having acne. Babe, the pants go under. And why are his pants tucked into his socks?
Because it's cool.
This is not a good outfit.
It's a dope outfit.
You gotta put the pants under the snaps.
Sorry.
And you can't tuck his pants into his socks.
Alright, Cole.
But yeah, basically I've gone years without a single blemish, and then probably like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, been a little bit, this like started, and it just has not gone away. Like at all, like I haven't had a break, it's just always been there. And I couldn't, like I don't know what it's from. It's not from any specific products because I'm constantly changing my products. I thought maybe it was my self-tanner, but at this point I haven't used that self-tanner on like for that specific reason, just to like find out. I haven't used that tanner in probably like 3 weeks now, which is also why I'm so pale. I haven't used any self-tanner, and it's still happening. So I mean, at least now I've pretty much ruled out my self-tanner. I was like, let me just give my face a break from makeup, since I typically was wearing makeup like every single day. I was like, let me just see if my skin needs a break. But I haven't worn makeup in like since I've been sick, so almost a week, and I'm not really noticing much of a difference. I'm a little frustrated because if it's not my makeup and it's not my self-tanner, I mean, it could just be my body or my hormones or whatever. I don't really do a ton of skincare like on purpose, just to kind of like give my skin a break, so it's not that either. I literally can't nail down what the problem is. It's kind of frustrating because everything I thought it was, it's not, and it's not getting better on its own. It's not like obviously horrible, but I'm uncomfortable with it. I used to be able to wear no makeup and my skin was like, pretty much flawless, and that is very much not the case anymore. Yeah, you ready to go? Oh my gosh, babe. Look at how the pockets are like, do you see what Ken just did? Look at how it's, no, it doesn't look good. The pockets are like all bunched up. Like you clearly need to pull it up and like tuck it in. Oh my gosh, Cole, you're dead. And look at how Ken tucked his freaking pants into his socks. Like that is not the vibe that we're going for, Coley. Tell your dad that this is not a good outfit. Oh, yeah, meow meow. He's been playing with the meow. Don't throw that. That's heavy. Do not throw that at him. Yeah, that's not the meow's ball. He has just been chilling in this little area playing with the cat like all afternoon. You like playing with meow? He has a specific ball that he plays with the cat. It's like a cat toy. And the cat loves it because Will throws it, Willie chases it. Yeah, you guys have a good setup. He's probably so happy that we had a baby so someone can play with him all the time. Do you like playing with Meow? You do? Yeah. You gonna throw it to Willie? No, you just want to chew on it? Okay. Okay. Give it to Meow Meow. Give the toy to Meow. Okay. Okay. Ken and Cole are putting together the rest of the new porch furniture. Cole's being so helpful. Oh, you got me this new toy, Dad? Nice. Ken built the other one yesterday, or the day before yesterday. I got these pillows to go with it, but it's kind of like this grayish brown with like the dark blue. I can link, these are from Target, like a dark blue cushion on the bottom and the back. They're really nice. They're like wood, they rock. I think they're gonna look really good. And then I got a table that will hopefully be the same kind of like wood color as this. We'll see. All right, confirmed. Totally nailed the matching situation. They're like exactly the same. We did it, Cole. Are you helping? Oh, you gotta go on the box? Okay. Thank you for helping. I just love how the pillows look on there. And I love that I'm just sitting back here watching this dime piece make me a table and chairs. Also, game day. Let's see the shirt. Let's go, boys. Alright, we got our Charlotte FC gear.
We better get a win.
It's game time. It's going down. You have to like subscribe if you watch MLS. Is it like any MLS, period? You have to have this package?
I think so.
Yeah, MLS now, like you can't, well, I'm pretty sure it's,
local channels show it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like any local channels are carrying MLS anymore, at least not here, and so you have to get this special package to watch MLS now. So we just had soccer on throughout the day, and just gave Cole a bath again because he got so much food in his hair at dinner. He loves like playing with his like kind of side hair, like curling it, but like he does it when he has food in his hair or food in his hands from dinner, and he literally looked so gross. He had so much food and stuff in his hair and all over his face. So we did a bath, we got in our gear, we're about to curl up and watch the game, and I guess I'll maybe continue this vlog into tomorrow. Maybe we'll just do like a weekend vlog, since I don't feel like today was, not that it wasn't interesting, but like it was probably not that interesting. It wasn't a ton of actual vlogging. I feel like it was very chatty, so we'll continue this to tomorrow. Oh, by the way, this crockpot meal came out really well, according to Ken, and honestly, even Cole ate the pasta and a little bit of the chicken out of it, which is a pretty good sign. And like I said, I can't taste, but I could like still like get, not like the flavor, but I could get like the spices and stuff like on my tongue, if that makes sense. I feel like if you've lost your taste, you know what I mean? And I can tell that it was good. Like I could tell that I would have liked it, and even though I couldn't taste it, I still enjoyed it. So like I said, the recipe is down below, but I definitely think I would recommend this. It's really good.